Hello, everybody, and welcome to Scion Once in Future. I am Chaz Calendar, the story guide for this wacky adventure. And today we are taking a dip into Scion, but not just normal Scion. Scion in a time of peace, Scion in a time of calm, Scion in a time where they're in need of a king. But before I continue, I think our lovely characters, the people behind the actual front of the game should introduce themselves. And so I'm just going to go down the line from my point of view, starting with Cameron.
Hello, everyone. I am Minty Bow, pronouns they, he, she, any, and I will be playing Cameron, he, him, a lovely outdoor slash relationship guru influencer with totally nothing else going on beneath the surface. Stop asking questions. I'll report you.
I'm so excited. Next up, let's speak to the character that is Rowan.
Hey, I'm Crystal Mazer, she, her mix, and I will be playing Rowan, who is a biker with a heart of gold and a mission from God or the gods to be the good divine cartographer for them.
Thank you so much. Next up, let's talk to the person behind the very talented River.
Hello, I am Zachary Nowder, he, him, and as stated, I am playing River. And I am the child of a goddess of water. Uh, the name is completely coincidence, I'm sure.
Yeah, there was no connection there at all. And then let's talk to McKenna.
Yes. Hi, my name is Ren. I'm going to be playing McKenna, and I just think there is a little bit too much order, a little bit too much goodness, and need to let our primal side out a bit more. Run with the wolves. And
Thank
I'm
you so
gonna
much.
fix my name though, because I still have my name from like previous RPG.
All right. So, as I mentioned, this is a time of peace where many scions kind of go under the radar because Titanic activity hasn't really been happening that much. That doesn't mean that scions don't exist, nor they're not born. It's just that they don't get as much exposure as they once did. Um, as such, scions tend to spend time together and go exploring or, mapping parts of the world that have not been mapped. This is really what scions tend to do in this part of the world right now. And as we begin, we look at these group of scions who have another slight oddity with them. They are a band who, with all of the same, with their parents all in the same pantheon. They are all in this Wales pantheon, which tends to be the opposite. Scions in this world tend to mix and match, which as they grow older and grow into the divinity, it tends to form these bonds and or divisions, as it were, between different pantheons. So to have a band with all four scions with the same band or the same pantheon is very strange. Um, and today, as the day begins, it is a Sunday, and you are all expected to come to this office space that has been rented out for your use every Sunday to meet with the person who essentially acts as your manager. Um, Cameron, what are you doing this morning before 10 a.m. hits, i.e., the time when you're supposed to be at this meeting? I think we lost Cameron. Let's go to Rowan for a sec while Cameron returns.
Well, it seems as if the gods of the internet have decided that I don't need to be here for 2 seconds, but
Yeah,
hello, hi
but you're
again.
back.
But yes, I apologize. Can you repeat the question?
Right. So it is 10 a.m. You're expected to be at the office rented by your for lack of a better word, band managers, to kind of like talk you through the process of being a Scion. Is that meeting is supposed to start at 10 a.m. What are you doing in the morning before 10 a.m. starts?
Well, right now, I need to get 2 Instagram posts, at least 2 Twitter posts, have to fight the ban of another account that was on a social media site, have to keep stoking the fires of maybe doing an OnlyFans to make people get more attention to other platforms. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and get my cup of coffee. So pretty much just an entire morning of the usual such horrible blogging and influencer sphere woes. Oh, pity me and give me likes while you're at it.
Right. So this is just another day for you, and combating the ever-growing need to get the attention, to switching platforms, is essentially making yourself not just a Scion, but an influencer who is also a Scion.
A Scion that is an influencer. I
A
have my
Scion that
priorities straight.
a Scion that is an influencer. Excellent. Any specific post you're looking to do today, or is it just like keeping things normal, keeping things normal?
Keeping things normal, though they will drop a cryptic one every now and then, kind of saying, hey, watch out. You might see something big coming up. They don't know what that big thing is themselves, though, but hey, it's them, you know?
You
Stuff
know,
like
you
this
never
just it
know.
just comes naturally.
That's fair. Rowan, what about you?
So I would most likely be going over one of my latest maps that I have been kind of sketching out, making a list of things that I still need to do to complete it, or places that I have to travel to be able to complete it. And then making sure that I have all of my supplies for my ride and checking over my motorcycle.
So you check over your motorcycle and you see that it's been egged.
Ugh.
This is not the first time it's happened, but usually when it happens, it's because the local like kids are trying to egg your neighbors because their neighbors are unliked within the neighborhood, and they for some reason always miss that house and get yours.
Oh, I'm gonna have a talk with them again about understanding what it is to play pranks and harmless pranks and all of that stuff. And then I go about wiping off as much as I can before I start scrubbing everything down and adding water, because I know when you add water to egg, it foams up. So I have cleaned
As
off egg enough times.
as you're doing that, one of the local kids comes over and is just like shocked. They're like, "Rowan, is that your bike?"
Yep, that's my bike.
I'm so sorry. We meant
Yeah, I know. Do you guys know how to like check addresses and stuff like that?
we use Google Maps, but like it's just like a picture, and
Hmm.
I'm
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I want to show you something, okay? Come
Okay.
here. Come here. Come here. You're
Well,
cool. I understand you guys are being harmless. Look at the tank of my bike, okay?
okay, look.
And there's like a Irish knot insignia type of thing on there. Um, if you see a bike with this, don't egg it. My
I'll
my
tell
bike's
everybody.
my bike's okay. And I think at some point we should probably go over maybe like some pranks that are like harmless or like funny, but don't do property damage, because if you guys keep going with this, it's going to get bad.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
we'll cut back.
I have some really good tricks for you that you might enjoy.
As you
Okay.
say tricks, their like eyes like light up.
And
And
I yep.
you've seen that happen a lot because you are like worshipped by like the local like youth. They think you are just the coolest, and they're like, we want they keep buying like cutting open sweatshirts and like coloring them black so they could like have like a leather jacket like you. It'd be cute if they didn't keep egging your house.
Yep. And so I prompt like at some point we're gonna sit down and I'm gonna teach you some really, really fun things and funny things that don't harm people, don't harm property,
Right.
but that will still be enjoyable for you guys to do, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. We'll get that. I have a whole bunch of ideas in mind for you guys. You can pick from some things, okay?
All right. Thank you. And the excitement, it runs
Yep.
off. You hear them
I
yelling.
fist bump and all of that.
So you spend your morning cleaning up your bike in order to make it on time.
All right.
River, how about you?
Uh, so after breakfast, River's going to go down to the Olympic-sized swimming pool that their apartment complex has, and knock out, 20, 30 laps or so, as a little warm up.
Yeah.
Uh, Shower, get we'll call it early brunch in before getting ready to head out to the meeting.
Okay. Um, you do have a very special weapon that you occasionally bring with you, although it is not. It is hard to make to be inconspicuous when you have that weapon. Are you bringing that with you, or are you leaving that in the house?
Uh, I mean, it's kind of it's not like something you could easily fit in the trunk of a car.
Yeah, not really.
No. They're gonna look at it at the passenger seat and thinking about buckling it in, for safety.
Yeah.
Um, how's the weather?
Uh, Light drizzle, nothing too bad.
Would have to have a convertible top down to for that to work. Yeah, that's not gonna fly.
Okay.
So yeah, they're gonna leave that at home for the time
All right.
being.
So you decide to leave it at home and head off. McKenna, how about you?
I'm probably going to the pound and gonna use my little group of followers and just gonna force myself in, break open all the cages, release all the dogs, all the pets that were going to be put down, and just release them, give them some food, and anyone who gets in my way. Yeah, they shouldn't.
At this point, 'cause I assume not necessarily the pound, but like you make it a habit to like go to places where animals
Mhm.
are stuck in cages and release them. And so
Mhm.
people are aware that like, oh, if McKenna shows up with their like group, just just get out the way. Um, they release the animals, it's fine. And today is much of the same, where you don't feel much resistance anymore. People just like let you go. You go in and feed these animals, and they are free to roam free. And afterwards, you two hand to this building on the 13th floor, where you meet with the two managers who are kind of like trying to like coax you to like this is what you need to do as a scion when there aren't things to fight. But when you come in, there is this like buzz of excitement within that like office. They are super excited to see you. They have danishes and coffee, and they're like, "We finally figured out what you all can do."
That's great. River is sitting down with a plate full of danishes.
Oh, all for us. Oh, you shouldn't have. Okay, I won't be having that one, but thank you so much.
Like we tried our best to get you something that you would like, but we know we're still
Uh, you tried. That is the point. And as long as effort in trying is there and doesn't leave ever, then you're good.
it won't leave. In fact, like you won't believe what we think we may have possibly found.
And I can't wait to hear it with everyone here. And they'll take their seat, kick their
Right.
feet up right next to River, just living.
River's gonna give a fist bump without looking away from the plate of damage they're stuffing in their mouth.
Fist bump back without question.
Right, just are you ready? You all don't look excited enough. Like this is world changing. We think
This- Okay. What?
we think we may have possibly found the Holy Grail.
Now, when
This
you say
is
this, do you mean, oh, the holy grail of this or whatever? Kind of like how the holy grail of the internet is, being verified everywhere, at least before Twitter had its meltdown. Or are we talking about the
no
actual?
the actual divine relic that has been missing for centuries. We think we found it.
Monty Pythons or Indiana Jones?
We think
Legit
more
question.
Python,
Okay.
but we're also not very sure about that.
So where?
So they begin talking, and one of the things that's important to know about this world is that somehow there have been islands like rising from the ocean. Not as in like volcanic island being created, but like islands like ready-made, just coming out of the ocean and then like existing. There is one, close by standards of the Earth to where you are right now, in the Atlantic Ocean, and many people have been trying to get there to explore, find things, resources, what have you. Very few even make it to the island, and the people who do make it to the island cannot make it into the island, and so it is very much uncharted.
When you say can't
Hmm.
make it into the island, like it's got a bouncer? Like what's
Each person tends to have a different story. Some people say they get like lost as it's this sort of like magical labyrinth. Some people say there are tigers the size of planes, but most of these stories tend to be different, and they all end up with being like, I'm making a choice to keep myself alive and turning back around.
At the mention of like special mythical animals being able to be there, I go from suspicion to very, very interested. And I just like hawkishly like sit on my front legs and just get really focused and finally interested.
Yes.
I
See,
imagine Cameron just looks over and sees Rin and is acknowledging it, just like, how are you that quiet? And how long have you been sitting there?
Long enough.
Scoots the chair like 3 inches away.
but you see what we're saying, right? No one gets in, and we've been doing research, and we think no one's getting in because the Holy Grail is keeping out those who are unworthy, who are not chosen.
So we are worthy? Or are we
I'm
just a test subject?
Well,
Well,
You are not wrong. We
in
absolutely are test subjects.
no, that's not true. We already sent test subjects, and that's how we know about the giant tigers.
were those test subjects scions?
No,
Okay. And you said there's no
hmm.
maps or anything like that?
there are no maps. This island came is about 3 months old. So if somebody wanted to map it,
Google Earth is slacking on this one.
I know, right? We give them how much money in like tax breaks?
I'm better than Google Earth.
Oh, without a doubt, without question. I would never doubt you on that. There's no but to that statement, by the way.
Well, I'm glad.
Are you
So
gonna are you gonna have reception out on this island, Cameron?
You know, sometimes the best things can be uploaded later. Because if it really is something of our nature, then this is going to need to go through a lot of editing. And a live stream like that, you know, I like to think I'm good and I'm crazy. I just think there's a level of crazy showing on the internet and stuff that not only do I not sure if it'll work, I don't want they look up without saying the word and continue. I don't want to have a meeting with them if
Mhm.
they don't like it, but I'm sure I can make something work out.
That's legit. I probably would do the same in your shoes.
See? Great. See, this is perfect. We have a great team here. We have socialness. We have book smarts between these two. We have okay, I will give you this. I will give you this, McKenna. Very empathetic with animals, very good with animals. That's a great thing to have. Apologies if you sometimes creep me out, but we have a great team here with this. And you
I
know what?
just,
I think we're gonna have a great chance here
just don't like that I don't have a social media presence at all.
because it's the 21st century. We don't have town criers or heralds anymore. There's no more extra read all about it. That's what the internet's for.
So much work.
That's why I have
And
that's
it
why my
breaks so
publicist
easily.
that's why I have my publicist handle it. They take care of that.
But then you got to trust some random person that's an extra step away from you. And then all of a sudden you get this whole wave of people saying, oh, this person on your team did this. Like, come on, fuck off. I didn't know that they wore that. If I did, I would have canned them like from the start. Sorry, what were we talking about?
Yes, the Holy Grail. We found it. Possibly. Think
I
so. But
mean,
yes.
I'm not sure about your enthusiasm there. You sound kind of maybe unsure of that.
Because there's no way to to know. And that's where we're trying to be very cautious, but all the signs are there. Island unknown for centuries, rises from the ocean, keeping many people away. It feels like there's something very, very powerful there.
Hmm. So, unmappable island, or at least by current attempts,
Hmm.
Rowan, I'm sure you can fix that, with dangerous creatures of various and undeterminate characteristics and quantity. McKenna, I have faith on you on that one. In the middle of nowhere with unknown challenges of unknown descriptions, whether it will test our physicality or any other mental skills, willpower, resolve. River, I fully trust you to help me with that one. And it's maybe there.
Yes, exactly. Cameron, I knew you would get it, Cameron. That's exactly it.
There are a whole lot of unknowns in this scenario.
We,
Uh,
we do know one thing. We got you a boat ride to the island.
can I bring my motorcycle?
Yes.
Okay.
I gotta get something from my apartment.
Oh yeah, the boat ride is until tomorrow.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
All right. Do we have a picture of this place?
About that, whenever people take pictures, it comes out blurry, as in not at all.
You're talking about Nessie, but an island.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nessie, but an
Hmm.
island. Nyland. Or is Lessie? No, that sounds like a bad thing. I'm not saying that. No.
Nessie Land,
Nessie Land.
an entire
Perfect.
theme park,
Are we
entire
getting
island
paid?
of the Loch Ness Monster. Sure, nothing can go wrong there.
Nothing could go wrong if you all work together. But before you go and work together, we do need to tell you about some things that can go wrong. First, one of the many reasons why people have a hard time getting to this boat or to this island, and I want to be careful with my words because this is all unsubstantiated. Like we don't know if this is really true. There may or may not be a large aquatic creature that is sinking ships going in that direction.
How close to the island are they sinking the ships?
Uh,
We're not using one of those damn yachts that the Orcus have been taking out.
oh no, we got you a full size.
Okay.
It is a 20-hour trip though, so lots
20
of time.
hours?
It's it's out there in the Atlantic.
I'm gonna have to preload and schedule so many fucking posts. Oh my God. Oh, okay. You know what? No,
Is this like
that's a
a
problem for future Cameron.
is this like a cruise ship by any chance? Like,
Well, we tried to get the cruise ship, but when we told them, you were Scion, that you just want to like drop off here, they heard about the island and the whole sinking ships thing, and apparently it wasn't worth the cost of a whole ship or some nonsense. But don't worry, we're going to make sure that that cruise line doesn't get any more business.
I mean, it's great, but how am I supposed to, if it's a 20-hour boat trip, how am I supposed to train?
You like the water, you can swim next to the boat. You're pretty fast, right?
But I haven't raced a boat yet.
And this
Oh
is a
boy.
great time.
You could pull the boat. We're strong enough.
And probably, yeah, but if it's a full-size boat, I don't know about that.
Could work. Huh. Okay, so we have transportation. Just
Mhm.
one question. So we know next to nothing about what's on here. What makes us think it's the Holy Grail that's there instead of, I don't know, like the the tail feathers of Quetzalcoatl or something of that nature?
Right. So based on the descriptions of the island, the supposed restorative power that comes with people who drink the water on that island, uh, it sounds very much like the Holy Grail, and the fact that other people have not been able to get to it makes me think that it is a relic of great power, as well as something that can restore. And so, like, I'm 62% sure, 72% sure it's the Holy Grail.
I was never good at math. I'll gamble on that.
It's more than half.
That's
Not
a
quite.
passing grade.
Not quite 3/4.
Not quite, but so close to three-fourths, it might as well be, even though it's not.
All right.
At least it'll be something. It's been too calm lately. And if we find Atlantis with giant tigers and sea monsters, sounds like
McKenna,
a vacation.
that is the best thing I've heard from you all week. I know that's also because we don't talk that often. I apologize. I need to be better about that. I need to fire whoever my publicist is. But yes, 100% agree because I feel I can go and stir crazy.
Yeah, okay. I'm in. I feel like there's enough of a chance that it could be something. And even if it's not the Holy Grail, it's probably something.
That's the optimism we need. See?
All right, River, what you think?
Uh, I mean, I guess, uh, if this ends up, you know, uh, there's the possibility that this is just doesn't go, like this could be like, Loki being bored.
Well, I mean, Yeah. Could also be dozens other things.
Why is
But
it always Loki brought up with the tricksters? Hello? That's my craft. Not really, but I'm still good at it.
I'd like to think nobody from our family would do anything as
uh
ridiculous as that.
uh mm, see.
Yes, I understand. I know better, but I'd like to think the better of my family.
You know, River, I have so much respect for you that I'm not gonna touch that bubble. All right. So what time does our boat leave?
8 a.m. sharp.
You have a lot of posts to schedule.
Uh okay. So 8 a.m. sharp. Need to get the axes. Oh, do they allow animals?
No,
They
but
better.
we could finagle something if that's what you would like.
If
Uh,
anyone would like stop an animal from coming with us, they can swim next to the boat on a rope.
hey, River could probably pull them along.
I mean, it probably could, but I mean, it. You managed to find us a boat that will travel out there, but it's going to have restrictions on its occupants. Come on now.
If
Boats
it can
are
hold a motorcycle, it can hold an animal.
it's not about the holding of the animal, it's about the animal like getting loose and like getting in the trees and but we'll talk to them. You don't worry.
Look,
You bring whatever animals you want and we will talk to
I will say, do you know who you're
Perfect.
talking to? Like,
You know what?
I
This was a good meeting, and you brought a lot of good stuff for us. Uh, how does everyone else feel?
Well, finally excited for once.
good.
I'm
It's
gonna
about
go
time.
get my goons, make sure they're all packed up and ready to go.
Yep.
Oh, McKenna, by the way, I don't even ask you this. What seed would you recommend for I don't know, about 13 African gray parrots?
What what do we need for the great parrots?
I actually, you know what? We'll discuss later.
Also, what you gonna do with that much parrots? That's too much parrots.
You do not disrespect the flock like that, but it's okay because I know you don't understand.
Why do you have a flock? Is it for like
Okay,
is it for like a background thing for like a shoot or
God,
like
no. God. Okay, look, it was one time, and yes, they were pissed off at me. Yes, I had to like clean so much bird poop off of everything and like beg them for forgiveness for a week. But it's an important thing. We'll get to it later. It might come up. It might not. They might just be there and cute. We'll get to it.
Parrots are very vengeful.
yeah, they are.
Uh-huh.
How much
I'd rather get punched by River.
do we have to bring our own food, or is there going to be food on the boat?
there will be food on the boat, and there is an adventurers outpost when you arrive. That's the only place people have been able to settle. They have all sorts of food. They have bread, they have water. Um, I think they have other things, but bread and water they have for sure.
You know how much bread and water I would need to take the calorie content that I need to maintain this?
We what jerky, huh? What if we sent you with a year supply of jerky?
I give it about a week.
A week?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
we give
half.
it. Yeah,
I was being generous, but you know what?
I-
Send a copy of all the paperwork, and I will for sure have my people look over it.
Okay, we'll send you the paperwork and then we'll get
I trust your
as much
people.
jerky that can fit on the boat.
okay, that should be enough.
You're the man, or sorry, gender nudge. You're the person.
All right, I'm excited. Are y'all excited yet? Holy Grail! Yes. Okay, not excited.
Yippee.
That's okay. You will.
You're being too happy about this. You're making me suspicious.
Right? Who are you
Okay.
trying to sell on this?
Also, it's a fancy cup.
But like
Well,
a well-known fancy cup.
yeah, it's kind of like the yellow cups from Dickie's Barbecue, but just really older.
They come with they yeah, but Dickies are easy to get. You just have to go to a Dickies.
Yeah, supply and demand. That's why this one's so expensive. Okay. So 8 o'clock. Everyone good on transportation?
Yep, I'm good.
Right.
River, I know you drive here. McKenna?
Uh, I'll run there.
Okay, so I'm picking you up.
That's probably a good plan.
I guess so.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I'm glad we're on agreement.
And we have all decided to go on a quest to retrieve the Holy Grail? Question
Yep.
mark. You have like almost a full day. What is there anything you want to do to prepare for this trip?
I'm gonna just get as many of my followers that I can kick on the boat. And those that can't, they will have to rent their own boat.
Your managers have, because they know you like to travel with followers, they have an extra 10 rooms for them. So they might have to like bunk up, but you can fit like 20 to 30 in there.
Nice and cozy.
Hmm.
Also, I'm gonna try to make sure that I have a little bit of a med kit, sewing kit, for if somebody loses an arm, so I can sew it back on.
Gotcha. So then we'll say while you are on this trip, you have +1 enhancement on any medical triage roles that you may or may not do.
So veterinary sciences includes all mammals.
For Cameron, the first thing is cramming about 3 days worth of content within the span of 6 hours because life ain't easy on the internet. You become irrelevant really quickly if you're not careful. So they need
Right.
like, even if it's like cringeworthy bad, it's better to have something to have people talking on there.
Because they're still talking about you. Okay.
All press is good press, don't you know? Don't let them tell you otherwise.
All right. So Cameron, you spend your days just like coming up with something, anything. Some of it is actually really great because you're under that pressure and the inspiration hits. Some of it you're like, in about a week, I'm going to hate this, but it doesn't matter right now. It's scheduled to go up in 2 days.
It's like in a week, I'm gonna hate this and I'm gonna say I was hacked. Bam. Genius.
River.
River's going
Oh,
to cram in 2 days or at least 2 days worth of training and meals into the time in leading up to getting on the boat,
mhm.
and basically just plan to just crash on the boat and sleep most of that 20-hour boat ride.
Gotcha. So you're not even sleeping. You're just like, I am going to just like train, recover, train, so that like once I get to the boat, once I'm awake,
Yeah,
I'm there.
yeah. So get good food while good food can be gotten, because there's no way of knowing what's gonna happen on the boat.
And you are going to be eating just bread and water and jerky while you're there. So
Well,
yeah.
I mean, got a sword, and I'm sure so I've picked up some culinary skills from the Figure something out. Got it out in survival. That sure
Yeah,
that'll be enough to cover the needs.
like base needs. Yeah, that makes sense. So then you train and train and train and train until you literally hit physical exhaustion, and then you just need to stay awake until you hit the boat.
Yep. Eat, caffeinate, go back.
All right. Rowan, what shall you be doing?
All right, so I have two things that I want to accomplish. The first is that I want to gather up all of the youngins in my neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to give them a challenge
Ooh,
while I am gone to keep them busy. Okay?
they do need. Yep.
I'm going to tell them they have 4 days where they have to come up with the best prank to each other, where there is nobody harmed, no damage done to property, and that everybody consented to.
Okay. So gathering the children is not hard. The second you like drive in, all of them tend to like flood to your doorstep anyway. And so you're saying these rules, and they're getting like visibly frustrated. They're like, no one harmed, not even the person we're pranking. Okay, I get
No.
it. And they're trying. And they're like, you know what? 4 days, we'll do it.
Think outside the box, and I know you can do it.
And then they kind of like slowly walk away, like rubbing their temples. How do we do this? But they're
Best
on it.
the best prank.
Mm-hmm. The
It's a
gremlins.
mystery.
I mean, this is the perfect place to get that like tension.
Dear viewers, it seems as if all of everyone's internet is being poked at with the gremlins today. So everyone take a moment for all of the Onyx PathCon tech people who have been keeping us together.
I think I'm back.
You are.
I
Hey.
thought
Yay!
I thought you
Finish
were
the
just really
statement.
committing to the break to the bit.
Oh, that was rough. Okay. And then okay, so my second one is that I actually want to research if there are maps out there to islands that have disappeared.
Ooh, excellent. Give me an. I'll give you a choice: either intellect occult or intellect culture. Actually, or intellect academics. I could see either of those working.
I was gonna say I have academics cartography, so
Yeah,
I would prefer that. And
let's do.
then you said intellect?
Yeah,
Okay. And it's 8, 9s, and 10s are successes, correct?
that's correct. Successes are 2 hits, or tens are 2 hits. So
Cool. Okay. Oh my God. So I got 3 10s and a 9.
I get it, dice. You want to get the right answer. Okay.
Right? Okay,
You
my
So
really
purple
love maps.
my purple sparkly dice are on it
on,
tonight.
on fire. So that is 7 hits. Um, you needed 3 to
Okay.
get hits. So you have 4 hits over for anything you want to find out about the island that you are researching. Um, Maps of an island that have gone missing, particularly maps that have gone missing in the Atlantic, and you do find this old dusty tome connected to Atlantis. Although based on where you know this island is, this is not like the main body, but like an offshoot of Atlantis, or
Okay.
like Atlantis Prime, as they have called it.
Okay. I have heard of that before. Okay, so with my extra dice, would there be any maps that may pertain specifically to the Holy Grail? Specifically, like where it would have traveled? Have anyone ever mapped that?
Hmm. Uh, you do know that the Holy Grail did travel to Atlantis at some point. Um, but you also know that it also left Atlantis and went somewhere else.
Okay.
So it's possible it came back here, although what you were able to gather, it has since left Atlantis.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to bring whatever maps I feel are relevant and make sure that those are packed and in watertight tube. And then just get my belongings together after that. Those are the only things I wanted to accomplish.
Okay. So everybody is ready for their like early morning jaunt on the boat, and as you pull up, your managers are there, and once again the excitement is palpable. Like really too excited for 8 a.m. even if you're a morning person. And they're like, "Yes, you're here. I'm so excited." We need to be clear. We got a discount on the rate of this boat, and the extra rooms and allowed pets on if you all agree to protect this boat from any potential massive underwater creature that the boat may come in contact with.
To the best of our ability, right?
Of course, of course.
Uh,
I will
I
try
am
to go first.
I am too hungover to process any of that. Just okay, whatever. Give me the paper. I'll sign. Whatever. Forge my signature. If I gotta fight God or die trying, then I guess I'll. God, last time I do a drinking stream at 2 in the fucking morning.
I'm gonna try to do two things. One is in my med kit get some ibuprofen for the hungover one, and
Mhm.
the second is like hype up my crew as much as I can. Like we will protect this ship or die trying, and everybody on this ship or die trying. But we will keep on trying, and don't you dare die.
And they're like, yeah, everybody's like excited. Your managers, seeing the
Mhm.
excitement, also kind of like just jump in.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll protect the ship.
Woo!
Yeah, and I hand you a
I
glass
guess.
with like some ibuprofen.
All right, protecting the ship and shifts. I get first sleep.
Okay. All right. Wait. Hold up. Number one, McKenna. Thank you. Lifesaver right now. Number two, Rowan. Where they at? Oh God.
I'm
Did we
right
lose
here.
Rowan?
Nope, I'm right here.
Oh. Shit. Okay. What was it? You said you texted me saying you found something,
I
right?
did.
Okay, thank God that was real. I thought it was Trisha Paytas for a moment before I looked again. What'd you find?
So I have here, and I'll pull out the map of or the information that I have of the islands that have disappeared. Specifically, Atlantis Prime. Not sure if you're familiar with that, but it is one of the offshoot islands of Atlantis, said to be one of the first ones within that island chain. It disappeared mysteriously, and I happen to have at least a partial map of said island. If it matches part of the description, we may have some idea of what we're getting into. The other thing that I researched was the history of the Grail and where it came from. So, and where it went. So nobody has actually mapped it. However, it was traced to being in Atlantis at one point, but it had left. Now, I'm not sure if it was there, left, came back, but it wasn't tracked at that point, or whether it had left, came back under secret, mysterious circumstances, or it was cast into the sea and just happened to land on the island.
Rowan, you would be the lifeline that Do You Want to Be a Millionaire would just shut down the show if they called you. Thank you so much. I'm going to need about 2 hours to process that information once I vomit all the whiskey out in an hour.
Do do you need some like moral support?
My hair is too short to be held back. We're good.
Okay.
They just need some darkness, some ibuprofen, and to be left alone because they will either make a very bad post about someone or
Okay, I made a vague post that may or may not have been about you and deleted it within 5 minutes, and you're still mad. How did you even find it?
yes,
You
because
said
they
you don't use
fucking
internet.
printed it and made it, put it on a wall. The kids graffitied it everywhere.
Oh,
McKenna does have followers who are probably on social media.
you know what? Just
Like,
for giving or for retribution, just give me like some shelter thing that you want to hit, and I'll bash it online. Okay, just whatever. I apologize.
the things. I love you, and that's the reason I keep on bullying you. Because it's fun. Don't drink that much.
I'm gonna drink more at this rate. Is everyone ready?
Let's go.
All right, you all have fun. Come back with the Holy Grail. Bye.
Oh wait, you ain't coming?
Oh no, we're not
Wait,
scions. We can't
wait.
face off against a tank-sized tiger. We're staying here
All right.
We'll have a
If we
discussion when we get back about that.
with
All
the
right,
Holy
let's
Grail.
go.
Bye.
Yeah, sure, with the Holy Grail. Mm-hmm.
And as they recede into the back and you all get into the boat, so begins the long, very choppy journey to Atlantis Prime. Um, Cameron, you have a particularly rough journey because, along with being a Scion, you were also incredibly popular. And so the second people saw you, they were hounding you no matter where you went.
and these sunglasses can only stay on for so long before people start asking me what the hell is wrong with me.
But eventually,
So
with
I'm gonna build a legend to use changing tides so
ooh,
that it's smooth sailing.
great. So as it gets choppier and choppier, you essentially control the waters just enough so that it becomes a very smooth trip, easing everyone's seasickness as they progress on. You have essentially 20 hours here. Is there anything fun you would like to do?
Can we have a discussion about our manager?
Actually, if Rowan says like a group, like I don't know, like discussion, game night, whatever, Karen's like yes, because we need a plan.
Do we?
Like,
First,
Yeah. Can we discuss this? Like, is there like a private place that we can discuss this?
There is not a private place, but because of your stature, being scions, you can just kick people out of group
I
areas.
mean, I assume we all have our own rooms that would be
I
theoretically
mean,
private.
I feel like we're comfortable enough with each other where we'd be able to pile into a room.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. All right.
Uh,
So we have mystery, potentially Holy Grail Island of bread and water and underwater sea creature.
And
What's the
tigers.
plan? And tigers and bears. Oh my.
Um, I feel like we are gonna have to worry about ocean stuff first off. Um, and I think that should be our primary because we are currently on the ocean. Um, but if this actually is the Holy Grail, like, do we really want to bring that back to the public?
They sent us out to catch it, not to bring it back.
Hmm, that's a very good question.
I feel like there's a reason why it's hidden and a reason why it stayed hidden for so long.
Like
River, what do you think?
normally, like those kind of things, like these, um, the things that actually have power and abilities aren't really well known unless they're like owned by somebody. Like Thor's hammer is Thor's hammer. There isn't a search for Mjolnir going around of the missing, something that important, that's something that powerful, like a god would have it.
Unless they
Well,
didn't know they were that god.
I mean, but like
Oh, you're so sad.
they're gods. Like we can't really be talking in private right now because we are on a boat in the water, and my mom can hear us if she wanted to listen in.
Hi, Mom.
hi, River's
So,
mom.
I mean, like that's how they work. They can like so like yeah.
Well,
Unless, sorry, go ahead, Cameron.
it's all right. Thank you. The hangover is mostly wearing off. Well, by that logic, then why let the islands be discovered in the first place? Unless this isn't what we think it is.
I don't think it's what they want us to think it is.
Doesn't matter. We did nothing when we were at home. Now we can get to a cute little island with lots of animals and nobody to mess us around.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't be going. We absolutely should be. What I'm saying is that what is going to be our motivation with the island, what is on the island, and what we do after the island.
Having fun, taking it all, and sharing equally.
I mean, yeah.
Hmm.
Like I feel like all of us benefit from whatever is on that island.
Yeah, very true. But there is a question that I kind of brought up to myself when I was gripping the porcelain for dear life. If our people found it, there's no guarantee they're the only ones that found it.
Oh, by far,
And
no, there are others.
uh-huh. So not only do we have to contend with everything else that's about to pop up, but I am willing to bet the password only to my old Facebook that there's going to be at least one other group or person also tracking this down. So it's a race against the clock and whatever, how long this island lasts. The race against time is in how long until something there tries to take us out, and the race against time for whoever else might be there.
There is a reason I took my army with me.
That was a really smart move. Why do you think I brought my
But
motorcycle?
I brought me, and sadly, I couldn't bring any. People on Twitter just won't go where you tell them to go. They just always make it a challenge, and then they just go everywhere else. I
It's very
tried to rally those sons of bitches to a pizzeria once, and one of them got an Area 51. I
impressive.
don't even know.
I give Cameron like the Cheshire cat smile. Does the island have Wi-Fi?
Probably not.
I mean, there would be there's probably some great photos for Instagram.
I was gonna
So
say, Cameron, what you probably could do is you could like do like this whole big adventure docu-series thing, right? I could even get
Don't
you on the
worry.
back of my motorcycle. We could like do a whole like video panning of everything.
Well, Don't worry about whatever we do after, because I have the plan on lock. As far as the public knows, the four of us are going on a wilderness retreat that
Fantastic.
is being sponsored by an ecological restoration group that we are going to reach out to after the fact and completely fudge the timeline on. And all of the internet stuff, if we bring any evidence or proof of anything back, will be filtered for that.
Perfect.
Okay.
I
You
just
make
gotta hope nobody squeals.
you make the online fancy words. I will make sure you're alive when you get back.
Uh, okay, hold up. Y'all forget I'm not just like the influencer Hollywood. I started in the damn woods. This flannel ain't just for show.
I
Maybe
think McKenna's just super protective and it's adorable
you
and
just look too
awesome.
clean.
Name the nearest forest that's not some overly managed national park next to the city that was taken from Native Americans. Name one.
There isn't.
I haven't been able to get my hands dirty in 2 years. I wasn't kidding when I said I was starting to get stir crazy. Just give me something. Give me a tree. Give me a tree that no one's watered naturally or unnaturally. Whatever. Words.
We
You
should
have
hang
our
out more.
I think what everyone is trying to say is that we have each other's backs no matter what. Okay?
Of course,
Yes.
Okay.
like
Yes.
we're a family, no?
Well, yeah. We may fight. We may not get along all the time, but I'm the only one that gets to pick on you guys.
Hey, don't make me steal the gasoline of your motorcycle.
Not right now. Please do it later.
All right. We all in this together, and they hold their fist out for a fist bump.
Yep.
So just so we tell our handlers either way that we found it, right? Just to fuck with them. Because
Uh-huh.
if we don't find it when we come back, and we tell them we bring it, and then we just give them all you know just give them some bullshit. Even if we find it, maybe we don't give it to them. Like we go
If
and
we
like
find
just
it, we do not give it to them.
yeah, no, yeah, okay.
Period. That does not belong to them. That belongs to us and our family.
So if we do find it, we say we didn't find it. And if we don't find it, we say we did find it. And then when we have the meeting to show it off that we found it, we'd be like, nope, we got you, and confront them on whatever bullshit is on this island.
I was just gonna say we found it and then it got destroyed.
That works, yes.
And then just bring like some random clay thing back and say this is part of it.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
See?
Also,
Once the alcohol leaves my brain, I have ideas.
then maybe stop drinking alcohol so the ideas keep coming. But as you're talking now, maybe some ground rules for some. If there are animals and they're new and they're pretty, if somebody kills them, I'm not saying I'm going to kill you, but I will make you regret it.
So if they're new and they're ugly, okay. But if they're not new and they're pretty, it's okay. It's only new and pretty.
Just try not to
Everything is
kill
pretty.
anything that's cute. Like, do with the humans as you want, but
Okay.
I'm in training. I can't do it with it.
Like,
Just
I'm not planning on just like murdering things just for fun, but like self-defense, like how do you want us to handle that then?
no, in self-defense, all is fair in love and war. But the thing is, no sports hunting.
Oh God, no.
Yeah,
I
no.
know I know better than that. Even if I did it off the island, you would come after me. That no. I don't truck with that. We good.
Speaking of animals, Cameron, outside your window, 13 birds show up and start pecking.
I told them. Oh, wait. They check their phone. I told them the wrong time. God damn it. They just open the window.
Uh, 12
Can,
fly in, one stays out and says to you, big creature.
can I just use my zoology science just to sneak them all a snack so they don't shit inside?
Yeah.
And also, I want to try and pet one.
Cameron,
Um,
have you shown your friends these uh, African gray parrots of yours before?
they haven't shown the group, but the
Hmm.
birds have been shown pictures and said, or attempted to be taught friendly, allies, should not hurt you, will help care for you in most cases. And they specifically pointed out McKenna for will really like y'all.
Okay, so then 12 parrots just kind of like swarm you. Not aggressively, just like,
Like,
friend,
like,
must
like,
go.
I go from aggressive eco-terrorist to babies.
Okay, that's Abigail, Benjamin, Charlie. Okay, but we can go through all the names later. This is the flock. Eugene, where's the big animal?
Far, getting closer.
How far? A day, an
15,
hour's flight?
2 hours.
I don't think birds know
Hey,
time.
Can,
everyone.
Story guy, can we hear this conversation, or is it just like a
I think it's
telepathic
just
link?
squawking.
No, they're actually talking. African
Oh,
Greys are
Oh,
shockingly
Mm-hmm.
smart, and these are like Scion African Greys. So they understand concepts, they can talk, uh,
ooh.
which is why the 12 were like, McKenna is friend. Let us all just converge.
Like I screech another one under the chin and like, is the incoming creature friendly or aggressive?
Eugene doesn't answer, which to you, Cameron, is weird. Because, like,
Eugene,
they know the answer. So the fact that they're not answering something is odd.
Eugene, I love you. This is not the time to be playing secrets. Do you know what it is?
Not sure.
is the creature just there? Is it, or is it like coming for us?
Coming for
Oh,
both.
it's coming. Oh boy.
Fantastic.
That's
Crazy.
great. And how far away are we from landfall?
We'll see. I'm about 10 hours in, so you got another like 10 hours to go.
Now, Rowan, you are much smarter than I in many things, but even I know two does not equal 10. So we're
Yep.
about to have to deal with that.
Yep. So let's see here.
They gave Eugene a
Can
cracker.
Ooh, I
For a
got
second.
okay. Hey Eugene,
Huh?
can I get a cracker? I thank you. Um, what direction can you point?
Eugene kind of like hops around and starts like pointing in the northeast direction.
And we're traveling in what direction?
East.
Okay. What I would like to do is to see like is there a map or anything around here, or is there like a cartography room that we could go to?
There, yeah, there's a photography room up top.
Okay. I would like to go there. And take a look at our projected course and then where that creature is coming from. I feed the cracker to Eugene.
Yeah.
I don't walk away before
Why?
feeding him.
Eugene's like, why?
Oh, poor bird. And then what I would like to do is to try to figure out if maybe there is uh a way for us to divert our course enough where we might have either more time to prepare or be able to outrun it.
There is some underwater mountains that could be used to like if you were to get in front of it, it might like divert it enough where you could probably get more time.
Okay.
That would require you to convince the captain to add like 4 or so hours to the trip.
Gotcha. I will absolutely try to do that.
Uh, can I support to manipulate the captain to do as we want? Because
So that McKenna, you're going with Rowan to the captain's quarters to be like, hey.
Rowan has a good idea.
Hmm.
And I have a captain that might not want to be eaten by a big sea creature.
Yeah, the captain does want his boat protected. So I will absolutely lean into the, hey, this is going to be the best way to protect your boat. We have a feeling that there is something that's happening right now, and we want to be able to preserve your vessel as best as we can, as well as not have to fight things if possible.
Fair. So then I'm going to ask for a persuasion and either presence or composure roll as time is money, and the captain, while wants to protect their boat, was also like, I thought y'all were just gonna kill it, so I didn't have to change course type deal.
Can I go for a manipulation
Yes.
to slightly press into his shoulder a little hard and say, it might be a very good idea to listen to Ruth.
Okay, you roll me manipulation persuasion, and then we can add all your hits to as enhancement to Rowan's like persuasive roll.
Okay. I don't have persuasion. However, could I negotiate? Could I try to use survival and explain exactly why we need to do this?
That makes sense. Yes. All
Okay,
right.
cool.
Survival.
6 successes. To
Jeez.
yours.
With 6 enhancement.
Yeah, you got all the successes. I got nothing. I wasted all my rolls on the other thing on the research.
I got manipulation 5. I'm manipulative as fuck.
Nice.
So enhancements only add hits when there's at least one success. And so while you're saying that, you can tell the captain's like, this makes sense, but no, your managers told me that you are one of the strongest fighters. Like nothing can stop you. I have full faith in you all.
Our manager said what now?
Oh yeah, your managers, they went on and on about how you all are essentially gods. You just choose to stay living with us. And like there's nothing for us to worry about. Like you all can handle anything, much less a little like
If we are
fish or
gods,
octopus or whatever it is.
you say we are gods, then listen to the gods, or we will throw you overboard. So can make sure that we miss the creature.
Look, so
Hold on.
if we were gods, why would we need the boat?
I don't understand how gods
Gods don't want
works.
to swim. Like some want to, but
I'm gonna use overwhelming chaos on him.
I don't know what that is, but I love the sound. Let's go.
it
Okay,
sounds
so
amazing.
it is one of my what is it, powers?
Mm-hmm.
And basically I can overload A machine or person's mind with concentrated entropy. A target character must struggle to maintain coherent thought. On each turn, if they wish to take an action, they must combine it with a stamina plus athletics roll at a difficulty of 2. Non-trivial characters are rendered catatonic for the scene.
Okay. So as he's going on and on about, you all are so great, nothing can tell, but I, and if, but you're gods, and that I can't, and then just starts to spiral and spiral, and
Yep.
still holding on like weakly to the wheel, just like,
Oh, I take over.
yeah,
I
just
have five dots in pilot. I'll take over.
So you just kind of
I'm
like
the captain now.
push them to the side. We're like, all right, I got this boat. Give me the hat.
All right.
All right. So then give me a best mental attribute and pilot roll to avoid this creature.
Absolutely. I'm going to use cunning for this one.
Okay.
And I have 10 dice for this roll. That's what I have. All right. I got 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yep.
More than enough. This is not your first time driving a boat. This is not even your first time driving a boat this big. And so you know exactly where we need to go. You redirect just to the point where for this creature to get to you, they would have to go either all the way back or all the way to the east, thereby kind of like adding upwards of like 8 hours difference in between you and this creature.
Cool. Perfect. All right. So then I take over. My overwhelming chaos does only last for a scene though. So
I just give the captain to my goons, and he won't be back until we're landed.
Okay.
Did,
All right.
All right.
did
So
we just kidnap the captain?
I
He's
wouldn't
not a
worry about it.
kid, and he's still in his own boat, so he's safe and sound.
Mutiny.
It-
That's what mutiny is what it's called when it's on a boat. Yep. All right.
okay.
I mean, mutiny implies violence. There wasn't any actual violence.
Sadly.
I leave y'all be and come up just to check on how things are doing. You've broken the captain's brain and are now stealing his ship. I appreciate the enthusiasm. But
We'll deal with
holy
the
shit.
We'll deal with the consequences later. I've gotten us 8 hours.
Also, do take a picture from Rowan with the captain's hat, because it suits them.
Oh yeah.
All right, smile. Wait, hold on. Smile.
Oh yeah. Where?
Dang, I don't even do put a filter on that. All right.
And so the captain, who is now hanging out with McKenna's goons, the boat under Rowan's watch, you all make your way to Atlantis Prime. Cameron, as things start to die down, Eugene comes up to you, looks at you, and asks, "Friend?"
Are they pointing to one of the characters in particular?
They're not pointing to anything. They followed up with "water creature friend."
Don't know. And think about it. Stay away to be safe.
Eugene says, "Okay."
Does River hear this conversation?
I assume so.
River
Oh, yeah,
River is grabbing their sword and heading to the deck.
Gotcha.
I will point River in the direction of where the creature is going to be coming from my predictions.
Gotcha. So at
behind
this point,
us, right?
yeah, behind you at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Um, and you are close enough to the island that you see it. River, your connection to the water makes it very clear that even though other people can't see it, you can sense the changing in tides that a large mass is coming up towards the ship.
And we started at 8 in the morning, and it's
Yeah.
a 20-hour trip, and we went 4 hours out of our way. Then
At
that
this point,
means
it's
that
like,
it's at 8 o'clock in the morning, not
mhm.
adjusting for changing time zones for potentially going east.
Right.
So something this large in the water I could see.
You can see the change in tides long before it's close enough for you to see it. It has to come close for you to see it. You can just feel
Yeah,
that it's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. What you seeing?
Yeah, as I thought, Eugene found the creature, and it's found us.
How much time do you guys need to get to the shore with the boat?
Well, we can see the island, but it's going to be still about 2 hours.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah,
Hmm. I might. Hmm.
River, can you point me in the direction of the creature?
it's
I
it's
want to have a
pretty
little talk.
it's pretty visible. I'm just gonna just point to
Oh, the creature is getting visible or only for River?
no, I mean that there's the waves are fairly like
It's the ocean. There's always waves.
they I did the thing so that around the boat there wouldn't be waves. So if there's waves around the boat, you ever seen a Godzilla movie?
Oh God,
No,
which one?
Pick one. They all have the same scene where Godzilla's coming out of the water and creates the waves. It's doing that thing.
Okay.
So
River, are you sure this isn't sent by like your mom or anything like that?
she would tell me. She doesn't do creatures. She's a compassionate being.
There might be
Water and love, those are her things.
I mean, there could
Sometimes
be.
at the same time, sometimes differently. It's a no judgment zone.
Okay, we don't need to get in all that. We don't
We
need
have
to be
a
getting in all that.
we have a whole bunch of momentum, don't we?
Yeah, have not used any yet.
the
Okay.
thing is,
I would like to use 2 momentum if the party is if the band is okay with this.
Yes.
Oh no, actually it's just 1 momentum. Um, lay across the land. Spend a momentum to become a natural feature, such as a stream, a corpse of a tree, or a rocky hillock for a scene. You occupy the current field and cannot move beyond it, but benefit from size 3 scale for the purpose of defense and durability. So basically, I'm going to jump down into the water, grab onto the boat, and turn into like an iceberg and hope that the momentum of so that this creature is now going to see an iceberg and not a boat.
Hmm.
And the momentum will keep pushing us towards shore.
did you
Okay.
communicate that?
Well, momentum spending, it's a group resource, so it needs everybody cool with that idea?
The thing, uh, I'm not gonna use any momentum, but I'm gonna just double down to make sure. I'm gonna jump toward the creature and try to talk to it. because I never saw a creature like this before. And it's not aggressive yet.
Yet. Well,
So,
let's try not to make it aggressive.
River, you jump down and transform into this massive iceberg. McKenna, do you jump on the iceberg or are you like in the water
No,
with the creature?
the thing is, I'm gonna use the thing I have one of my skills, um, the epic dexterity that
Hmm.
takes on legend. Things that makes me I can walk on water.
Ooh. All right, so then
So
you
I just
just jump,
walk toward the creature.
walk toward the creature. River, as you're in the water, you can like see this thing, and it is nothing like you've ever seen. Like there are elements of what could be best described as like a kraken, but it also is like a large fish. There's like elements of a whole bunch of aquatic creatures on a massive scale, and it kind of stops in front of you.
Megalocracton, got it.
Yep, yep. And it, if you had to guess, it looks almost inquisitive as it just like kind of stares at you at the iceberg that is you.
Yeah.
McKenna, you are speaking with this creature. Am I correct?
Uh, I'm gonna try to make a connection with the creature. Yes.
You absolutely can.
Um, just talk or is it a roll?
Because one of your purviews is beasts, correct?
Hmm?
One of your purviews is beasts.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna say, yeah, you can just make that connection.
Uh, just like talking to like the child, like, sweetheart, what are you doing here?
So it will respond, but as it
Mhm.
responds, I'm going to have you roll a defense roll because its voice is so loud in your head, it actively is causing like physical damage to your brain.
Mhm.
Uh,
Uh, how do I roll defense?
roll your highest resilience stat, that being composure, resolve, or stamina.
Um, resume. 3.
Okay. It hurts, but no damage is actually taken. And you hear this creature say, "Stay away. That place is not safe."
I'm gonna try to use to not per se manipulate it, but convince it that we have to go there. But I will take your warning.
Roll another defense roll as it responds. She is dangerous. Be careful of the one with wings.
2.
Two, you're good.
Cameron, you thought you had a headache?
Hmm.
I'm assuming we
I
hear this thing talking, right?
Only McKenna can because
Okay.
they're like connecting.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Like I'm like Jesus on the water right now.
Just
Talking to the creature, bleeding a bit out of my ears.
a little bit. It's fine.
Uh,
hmm.
so the creature is okay with we're going, and if anything goes wrong, they have free game. But We just want free passage to there and back. But I know that it's unsafe, and I thank it for its
Yeah.
warning and try to piss off before it hurts me again.
All right, thank you. Gotta go. Bye. And once it sees you turning around,
Mhm.
it too just kind of like floats backwards and goes into the greater Atlantic. With this, McKenna and River, you make it back to the boat, and you all at about 8:20 pull into the adventurers outpost of Atlantis Prime. And here we'll take a quick kind of refreshing break, come back and begin the second part of our adventure to find the Holy Grail. See y'all soon.
Yippee!
and welcome back to Scion Once and Future, where the intrepid adventurers have just made it across the Atlantic Ocean and come across contact with some sort of creature who gave them a very stern, very painful to one warning. Uh, Leave this place, it is dangerous, and watch out for the one with wings. But that doesn't matter because right now we have arrived and are being welcomed with as much water and bread as we can eat and drink. This is a very, it is easy to tell that this outpost has just been created. Everything looks like it was put up within a day. You have rudimentary places. So you have a bunkhouse with just a lot of beds. You have a mess hall that has bread, water. Is a shop where you can get some provisions, very basic. And then you have this kind of house that seems to be created to allow adventurers to go into the wilderness. It doesn't even have a back, it just has a front door where you can register with people so that if you don't come back, people at least know you did not make it back.
Before I get on the boat, I go to Cameron and I relay all the information I got. Probably still like bleeding from facial orifices.
Yeah.
Oh crap! Oh, McKenna, hold up, and they'll like pull out like a handkerchief from who knows where, but it looks clean, and just start like a mother, just like dabbing and wiping it off, like leave you alone in the water for 5. Okay, all right. So, lady with wings, right?
Yeah. Also, the big sweetie in the water does not want to hurt us. They just want to warn us.
Okay, they have a very funny definition of warning here. Hold still. Okay. Nah. All right. That's the best I can do for you.
Ah, believe me, like there's not enough makeup in the world to fix this face. But
You vastly underestimate the power of cosmetics. The best
but
illusion work that the modern century gave to us. All right, where are the other two?
yeah, feasting on water and bread. Mm.
River just turned back into their human form, and just once the boat got close enough that the iceberg wouldn't go any further, and just swam the rest of the way with their sword.
Right.
Is he? Okay. He took the sword with him when he went Titanic. Okay. All right, there's River, and Rowan is. Where's Rowan?
Rowan's actually going to be wandering around the area, just trying to either have casual conversations or get close enough around people. Because if I remember correctly, Scions can feel each other, correct? Like you can feel like if someone's a Scion.
If you have the knack scent of the divine, yes.
Okay, then no, I do not. Then never mind. I would just be wandering around, talking.
Rowan, can I release the captain? Or do you prefer him occupied in the boat? Do you like the hat? Do you want to keep it?
I mean, I kind of like the hat.
Oh,
But no. You know, that is the captain's boat. We did what we needed to do, which was we promised that we would keep his boat in one piece.
the thing is, do take away his keys, because if he runs away with that boat
Oh yeah,
and leaves us
absolutely.
stranded, I have a little buddy that can ferry me across, and I will.
Wait, where's Eugene? Eugene.
Eugene's with the rest of the flock. I sent them to like find some safe place nearby in case stuff went bad with the that.
Let's give Eugene the keys.
You need to understand that Eugene is still a bird. If you give them
Yes.
something shiny, they may hold on to it.
Yes.
They may also drop it in the ocean.
And it's a parrot, which means never trust a parrot.
Yeah,
Like
okay,
I trust them with my
fine.
life.
We're keeping
I
the
trust
keys, but
we'll keep the keys. I trust the flock with my life. I also trust them to try and eat anything small enough to get in their beak.
the keys are probably like I'm certain there's like a key ring because I'm sure there's other doors and stuff that they have to open. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I just thought it'd be kind of funny to try and because Eugene would probably do a really good job of keeping those keys really protected.
Yeah, but too protected from us too.
I mean, no, once you I shouldn't say that out loud. Anyway, so we have our outpost here. River, are they still swimming? I can't see them. Oh God, tell me their mom didn't pull them in. River.
I'm fairly certain the iceberg was holding on to the boat.
Well, I just
Or
saw
is
them a
River
second.
still floating out in the middle of the ocean?
I saw them swimming a second ago. Where'd they go? Oh.
River is waiting on the dock, helping to tie the boat into the dock because the ship's crew is seems to be stressed. So
Yeah, they kind of were under a faux mutiny.
See, you admitted to
Accidental.
mutiny.
I say faux because I have every intention of giving him back his boat.
It's
temporary.
under new management.
No, not under new management, under temporary embargo. How's that?
Difficult words.
Okay, all right, fine. Embargo, it works. We'll call the boat Cuba. That'll make it work. Um,
So
okay, River's over there. We're all here.
where are the tigers at?
They're not going to be here because this is where all the noise is happening.
Oh.
Gotta wait till we get it further into the island.
Uh, ST, I would like to make a roll.
All right. What role was that being?
So as they're talking, Cameron is going to be so happy to try and like brush some rust off of their survival skills. They want to take a look at this place and kind of think to themselves, what kind of biome am I looking at? And what kind of hazards am I going to be dealing with here?
Gotcha. Give me a survival, intellect, and or cunning roll.
Will do. Let's go with. Oh, they're both the same. We'll go with intellect, survival. What we got? Okay, it didn't do anything. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4 successes.
Okay. So you needed two successes to get the initial bit of information, and then you have two more to play around with when it comes to this kind of information gathering. At first, that survivalist in you is ecstatic because this is like Amazon jungle wilds. All the trees are tropical, there are vines growing everywhere, and you're just having like all these memories of like hacking into the woods and into the wilderness and like putting up like tents and how these boreal forests are that you're used to are different than like the jungle. And then something hits you. You went straight east, which means longitudinally or latitudinally, you should be nowhere near the tropics. And even with the Atlantic bringing warm water up, like you should not be in jungle area. This should be boreal forest, like at the warmest. Uh, the fact that it is so tropical, so humid is kind of alarming.
Oh no. Before they do any further investigation, they look immediately to Rowan. How many of those maps were from missing islands that disappeared that were in the tropics?
Well, what did you say, Chaz? Was that like two or something?
Yeah.
2 of them.
Those are the only two we need to worry about for right now because, uh, correct, this island didn't just go underwater and come straight back up. This thing relocated from across the globe
Oh,
because I'm seeing trees that should only be native to Central Africa. I think there's one over there that's only in some parts of like Brazil. And this kind of area should have like, pines, firs, like at least like a couple oaks. I'm not seeing any of that. So what the fuck? I
okay.
didn't know I didn't know that the holy grail of, ancient Christendom and such was going to be in the jungle. For the last two successes, do I see any tracks of anything that's an immediate hazard?
You do see one track that catches your attention. You didn't notice it at first because it just looked like a big divot in the road, but as you see like all the other tracks, um, there seems to be one of those, like school bus sized tigers that has crossed through the center of this adventurous outpost and has gone into the jungle. Whether that happened when no one was here or before the outpost was put up, but based on these tracks, like it could fit you in its mouth without even trying.
Cameron's just staring at it, slowly pulling the phone up to take a picture and see if it works.
Take a picture of the track and
Yep.
only like just the tracks.
Just the track, nothing else.
Yep, no problem. You got it.
All right.
Oh no.
Fun.
Oh no. No, no, no. Okay. So normally the distance between those fingers should not be able to fit three small children. Um, McKenna, I think you're gonna be in for a wonderful surprise.
Looking forward to it. Should I protect squishies in the camp?
Oh,
Why don't
you know.
let me let me pull out my maps, the 2 maps that would most likely be of this island. I'm
Mhm.
going to try to compare coastlines to see if there's anything that would be similar or any sort of structures that may have been drawn on the maps.
Give me survival cunning.
Perfect.
From the shore, can River kind of get an idea of who would be the
Oh, wait a
best
minute.
person around for them to talk to get some information?
Hmm. You would assume that it would be that like adventurers like out into the wilderness thing, but people tend to be going to you watch a lot of people go into the mess hall with no food and then also leave with no food, coming out way faster than they should if they were eating there. There is likely like somebody in the mess hall who knows more than they ought to, or just is like the unofficial leader of this outpost.
Go in to look for that person.
Gotcha. Rowan, what was the result of that roll? 4?
4.
So you find the map that like fits this island the best. And you also know that there are 3 structures that are drawn on it. And based on the way it's drawn, it looks like some sort of pyramid. 3 pyramids just scattered within the jungle.
Okay. All right, so we're looking for actual structures. Okay, cool. I'm gonna pull this map out and we need to sit down and strategize.
Great. Wait.
I'm just gonna
Where'd River go?
let my goon squad make some spares and just protect the entirety of the camp
Okay.
around, so we can strategize in peace without very big tigers.
Sure. All right. So you set up this perimeter where like the camp will not be attacked.
Yeah.
River, you go in and you see someone who is like disseminating breads and like multiple types of breads, like you got your rye, your wheats, like all over, but also seemingly handing out all this information about like how to stay alive, things to look out for, kind of telling people like they're not ready to go out, very much this kind of leader of the camp.
I want to assess their attitude, yeah, get an idea of kind of where they stand as far as um, the attitude and um, if they have anyone with particular, if they're with anyone with that they have a bond with.
To assess their attitude, that can be done for free. To get anyone with a bond, I'd likely have you probably roll a
It's
thing.
the innate power of the passion purview.
Oh, ignore everything I said. Um, this person is you sense a lot of joy, but also a lot of anxiety within them. You get the feeling like they really enjoy this like feeling of adventure and setting out and like seeing new lands. And also this belief that like it wasn't what it looked like it was going to be. The loss of life weighs heavy on them as they kind of lead. And they also do have a bond with someone, although at this point it is their another adventurer who turns out to be their daughter.
Okay. Um, that's the person I'm going to approach and start chatting up to try to get some information about kind of picking at that point of that they're that it's weighing on them for the loss of life that's happening to get a good sense of where that is happening.
Gotcha. So when you first stride up, she hands you a piece of rye and some water without even like looking at you. And then once you start talking, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just, in like handout mode. How are you do? I haven't seen you before. Are you new here?
We just got here. Yeah, we just boat just docked.
Oh, you're on that boat. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Adventurers Outpost. My name is Molly May. How can I help you?
Oh, so no, yeah, yeah, I mean, we came here because we heard that things maybe it wasn't the greatest. There were some issues going on. Maybe we were kind of something we might be able to help out with.
You want to help with the issues and not get rich? You're a rare sort. Everybody comes here for like the supposed treasure that's supposed to be here.
Uh, I mean, what I imagine if there's people who are getting hurt and that maybe that treasure is involved, so we
I
can
mean,
make sure that they see what their connection is there.
fair, fair. I can't argue with that. I wish people would be more cautious when they go into places that are, unexplored and also have a history of making people disappear.
I mean, but is it just like, people not knowing what they're doing? Is it just people rushing in, or is there something on this island that's doing some dirt, maybe?
And so Monument looks around and is like, I don't think the island wants us here. I was one of the first people who went into the island, and no matter how much I hiked or explored, I would always end up back at the entrance, like I was being routed by something was keeping me out of the island. And since then, people have been talking about spontaneously catching on fire or a blizzard coming through, like all these things that don't make sense. Um, Half of them don't even make it back to tell us what happened. I honestly think we should just kind of like pack it up, but there's there's adventure to be had. People will find their way there.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I am going to, because I've, of course, have reclaimed the legend from the,
From the yep.
yep, from the water. So I'm going to view the legend for tugging at the heartstrings. Um, trying to get in to get them to talk about um what she sees that isn't that she's not saying. What
Right.
try to figure out get to the bottom of what she knows and what as opposed to, what she's like, what does she know that she doesn't say because it's too ridiculous for someone to believe, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. So you slowly affect like the her emotions, and as she's talking, she just so happens to let slip. Every time I got lost, I saw this young girl, and as she says that, she like eyes open, mouth overhand. I'm so sorry. Ignore that.
No,
Yeah, I
no, no, no,
just
no, 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 go on. I'm sure the jungle plays uh has a role in things, and I'm sure there's something to it.
I okay. Don't tell anyone, but every time I went out, I would always hear this kind of childlike laughter. And then the last time I went out, I swear I saw this girl in a pink dress, like pointing and laughing at me. But by that time, I was so exhausted, so thirsty that I just, like you said, the jungle does crazy things to you.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, okay. Um, do you remember kind of where you were when you like which way did you head out when you saw this?
So, if I remember correctly, I went out the kind of exit of the adventures camp and I took a right that time. Ended up back here within the day, but that was the path I took.
All right. Yeah, well, thank you. We'll check that out and see what we can find out. Yeah.
Just please be careful. You seem like a really nice man, and I don't want to have to call your next of kin. I've done that too much since I've been here.
I guarantee you won't have to do that.
I like your confidence. Bread?
Oh, thank you. Do you have any butter?
We ran out first month, sadly.
That's unfortunate.
I do have water, though. You can kind of spread it like like butter.
Well, that would, yeah, no, it's the flavor thing. Yeah, the water doesn't really add to the flavor.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right, and then she goes back to kind of handing out bread. I heard some talk about a last minute planning stash before you venture into the jungles.
Uh, Kara will kind of usher Rowan and McKenna to try and find Rivers so we can get a game plan together on what are we doing.
Yeah, I'm sure between the two of us, we'd be able to find him.
River's gonna just walk out and McKenna's setting up a trap. Setting up traps seems to be an easy way to find the rest of y'all. River will come over and just kind of info dump on what Molly had shared as far as what she saw and where she went and saw it, and that's probably the best way to go looking.
Cool, cool, cool. Girl in pink dress, and then pyramids, jungle, tracks.
It's like big tigers in a big jungle with big pyramids, and still the girl in a pink dress is the scariest thing of all.
There's like 50 of them bitches on Instagram. I run into them every day. The
Yeah.
whole pastel goth thing has like been overdone to hell now.
But not surviving big tigers.
Have you seen some of these bitches? They tame them.
Unless it's like The Shining, dude.
Well, I would say let's go. We're here
All
for a
right.
reason.
Well, hold on. Here's the map. I'm gonna show everyone the map of what I think is the island. So this is most likely what we are looking at here. There are 3 structures. I think those are the 3 structures that we need to search out for. I think those are going to be our best bet. Whether they have moved or not, I cannot tell you, but I can tell you that this coastline right here, and I'll put it on the map, and the coast right now matches pretty closely.
Mhm. All right.
So if we end up getting split up for any reason, try to remember what the map looks like as best as you can, or take a picture of the map. Oh, wait, does the picture on the map work?
You take it.
Does
Yeah,
it work?
it works just fine.
Okay. Take a
Cameron,
picture of the map.
do you have some lipstick left?
Dear.
I just take one of my goons and just draw the map on his back.
I am gonna have to. Oh my. I'm gonna have to get so much back hair out of that tube now.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay.
We'll buy you another one, okay?
Oh, I would have been disheartened to figure out what you would have done with my eyeliner.
I have cartography tools, right, McKenna? I could have just drawn you a quick map.
Sorry?
I mean, this is way funnier.
All right. Wait, River. You said they mentioned something about that girl in the woods. Did they point out specifically where?
They didn't have, Molly didn't really have a map. They just kind of said they left and there's a path to the right. River's going to glance down at the map and with very little survival skills, this may not match up, but is there generally from where they are, is there one of the pyramids to the right of where they are?
There is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a pyramid to the right, and she said she went to the right, and that's where she saw the girl in the pink dress. So I guess we start this one.
Absolutely. If all
Alright.
signs
Oh,
point to
we're-
spooky and weird, that's
We're going
probably where we need to
towards the
go.
creepy girl. Oh,
Well, yes, the creepy girl laughing and turning people around and confusing them and sending them back to camp is probably turning people away from
Mhm.
whatever it is that
They're
is out there.
protecting. Yep.
I will take my big pointy stick and make sure that everybody of my group is not turning back.
All right, so you are protecting your goons as under your guardian for your guardian calling. Are we heading into the jungles now?
Yeah.
Yep.
One last question. With what I heard, and this might be a stretch, but since I had the 2 successes over what I need on survival, are there any feathers nearby?
Yes, there are. They are just ever so slightly larger than feathers you are used to seeing.
They're
Not,
just gonna pick one up quietly, put in their pocket, and off we go.
not
Right.
disheartening and scary at all.
So you just
uh,
see Cameron just stare at a feather, pick it up, not say a word, and just
Can I do a science zoology on that feather?
yes. Give me that science intellect roll.
Uh, what does the zoology bonus do?
Zoology gives you a +1 enhancement.
It's just a free success or extra die?
Extra success, extra hit.
Okay. I don't have enough dice.
You can never have enough dice.
I have 9 dice and 10. I have 10 Zordos.
10 of doubles,
Uh,
yeah.
I have 9.
9. Whew.
Oh yeah,
Um,
plus the zoology 10.
I feel like you know everything about this bird, and everything about this bird's family, and everything about where this bird has been. Um,
And why it's mad at Waldo.
yeah.
Waldo, you know what you did.
I know that bird's mother.
You
Um,
know that bird's social security number.
so
Like,
on first glance, this looks like a parakeet's feather. But it's like the size of an eagle feather.
I will warn the rest of the group because
You also have just a lot of extra successes on any investigation on the island that you would like to do in the future. Because, geez.
uh, I'm just gonna like use it to maybe make sure that everybody gets around safe and that my
Mm.
goons don't do stupid stuff.
Okay. So we'll use some of that as
Yeah,
enhancement
yeah,
to the survival check you're
yeah,
going to need to maneuver through.
yeah. I want them alive.
Okay. Cameron, I assume as the resident survival expert, you're going to be like leading the charge.
they're gonna take point, but they're not. Contrary to what some people may believe, they aren't full dumb all the time. The groove is not going to get separated. It's walk for 5 minutes, 30 seconds, look back, accounted for. Walk
Mm-hmm.
for 5, 10 minutes, rinse and repeat. They've done treks in forest, they've done survival halls, they know how this works.
Okay. Give me that
Moments before I botch.
Give me that survival cunning as you enter this uh potentially enchanted forest.
2 successes.
Plus McKenna, how many of your extra 7 successes are you willing to donate to Cameron?
3.
All right, so that is 5 in total. Um, very quickly on as you walk in, you feel almost as if you change altitudes, like your brain feels different, but you keep walking forward and looking back. And at one point, you notice that the shoreline that was there has changed. You don't know if the land has moved itself or if you have somehow been teleported. You don't know, but like something is happening, and you can now see why people get so lost. And as you're walking, you come up on an interesting sight. There's a little girl in the pink dress, seemingly caught in all sorts of like vines. And she looks at you and says, can you help me?
It, they're just looking to the group and at large.
Oh, sweetheart, you're the talking one. That's a child. I don't deal with children or
I got
humans.
this. Yeah, we can help you. What do you need?
Uh, I was playing in these vines and I got stuck. Can you help me down?
Oh yeah,
Let
no
me
problem.
let me take a look. I'm gonna walk over to where I'm still like a safe distance away
Mm-hmm.
and just take a look and see if there are any vines and stuff like that, and if I recognize any of the plants or anything like that.
There are vines, but now that you've gone closer, you notice something behind the vines. Uh, there are these fairly large bat-like wings coming out of her back, and a brown vine that is actually her tail.
All right.
Cameron, I whisper in your ear, beware the one with wings. And I am ready to stab the child.
Cameron,
But you,
like,
you 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 can see fear in my eyes.
River is trusting and his sword drawn, ready to marching towards the vines.
All right.
ah,
Hey, what? Huh? What?
Hold on. So I have one of my knacks is beyond words, which
Mm-hmm.
is that me and characters that I have a strong, devoted, intimate, or romantic relationship with can
Mm-hmm.
convey thoughts instantly with a glance
Yeah.
or a meaningful sigh. Others cannot eavesdrop on this communication unless they share similar bonds with me, and so I gain 2 enhancement when working on procedural actions with such characters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I am going to try to convey that she has like basically a tail vine. She's like some sort of entrapment monster. I'm gonna do it like I'm just gonna kind of go, oh my goodness. So it looks like you're really in a bind here, and I'm gonna kind of tilt my head towards the tail and look in that direction. Give me just a second. I don't have anything to be able to cut you out, okay, honey?
Oh, you don't have to cut me out. You could just pull me out.
Well, that vine looks pretty strong, so just give me a second, okay?
Aw, okay.
All right.
Says
Uh,
when River gets close, does the after Ron puts this out and looks at the tail, did the rest of the vines look like the tail?
No, looks like there was just that one kind of like brown vine that it seemed like she was hiding to make it look like a vine, but it was just her
looks
tail.
different, yeah.
hmm. Well, we have some options,
I
All
am
right,
but
actually not the fighty type.
so I would like to just ask, because as River is a potential Olympian and his culture is Olympic athletes, and anybody who has heard stories from Olympic Village knows that the Olympians are freaks. Um, would a cultural be able to determine if these are actual bindings or if this is kind of mock bindings that you might see in certain sorts of play?
I like that interpretation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Also, with the title Unmaker of Captivity. Is
So
she
would that
even
be
if I wanna
Yes.
boost River?
Yeah, I like that. River, you also get +2 enhancement as McKenna's on Maker Captivity title can help you identify if these are actually bonds.
so? That is going to be with the two from McKenna. That's 5 hits.
Oh, very clearly. Like this child can get out whenever she wants. Like wherever it's supposed to be binding her, she is either holding up or it's not even there.
I am looking at the rest of the group.
I am in that case. I'm if
Fight or flight.
River is going to cut the vines so that she would fall down, not pull, so
Right.
not carry it. So he's not going to touch her, but she is anything that she is faking to hold her up. is no longer going to be holding her, and she's going to expose herself or fall.
Right.
Uh,
So easily done. You cut the vines, and then she looks at you with this kind of astonishment. She's like, "You actually helped me? No one ever helps me."
I mean, I don't know. It's what would you expect people to do?
Everyone leaves me. Even those last two like fire makers. They looked at me and they laughed at me and they left. You all are so nice. And she kind of like hops around, wings like fully exposed, like running in between you.
What
You
what are you doing
know,
out here?
McKenna is terrified.
She's like, "Oh, right. Mom told me I should always introduce myself. Hi, my name is Lilin. Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Hi,
Lilin.
Lilin.
Nice to meet you too.
Are you all here to play?"
Maybe. What are you what's the game?
I don't know. Like I said, everyone always like they leave me, so I have to play with them by myself.
Um, so what do you play with out here then? Do you have like toys or
Oh, all those people, they're my toys.
okay, do you have inanimate non-living toys to play with that don't get harmed potentially by
Oh,
not understanding?
I've never hurt anybody.
Okay. How long have you been on the island?
um,
And you see her like she's like counting this many thousand years.
Oh, so you've been here for a very long time. Is this
Yeah,
a new location for this island?
it is colder than it was a while back, but it
Okay.
happens sometimes.
Okay, where did you guys move from before?
Um, I don't know. It was really hot though, really hot. I had to hide in the shade a lot.
Oh, yeah, I bet because it gets really, really hot with the sun on you, and it's
Yeah.
probably very humid here. And that, like, that whole combination just does not work well. I don't do well in the heat and humidity either, so I totally understand. Um, do you, so I know you like to play games and stuff like that, but do you know the rest of the island at all?
Yeah, before the people came, there was nothing to do, so I would like, explore and have fun. Um,
Oh, that's so cool. What were some of the cool things that you saw?
I'm not really good at remembering things, but my friend can help us. He's really good at remembering things.
Who's your friend?
Uh, Hold on. Let me just call him. And she like kind of goes to the edge of the clearing and just yells for Tony.
I place myself in front of the camera.
I would like to make an empathy roll to see is she planning some mischievousness that might result in some guts being spilled?
Right. Give me an empathy cunning.
Raj Dodger. Sadly, she is not complaining about Tony being emotionally unavailable, so relationship woes cannot apply.
Can I give for my remaining successes?
Yeah, sure.
How many?
I give my last 4 successes to you
So that's
because
6 total successes.
Six.
Mhm.
Okay, that gives you a lot. Specifically, after the initial reveal of, oh my gosh, you're actually helping me, you've only experienced this kind of like very much childlike joy and like adoration coming from her. However, childlike joy does not mean lack of mischief. Uh, you get that everything from her is mischievous. Like even as she's talking, she is
Yeah.
trying to trick you, but likely only because she thinks it's fun. If she ever realized she was actually hurting people, you get the feeling she would feel very upset.
Hmm. And did she say her name?
Lilin.
Lilin.
Lilin, yep.
Lilin. As their colleague Tony, Cameron motions Lilin. Lilin, quick question. Would you mind coming here for a moment?
Oh, sure.
Hi, Lilin. I'm gonna ask you. I'm betting, to live out here, you're very tough. You're very durable. Not anyone can just hack it out here. I'm guessing you know how to your way around, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm really good.
Well, when you said you play with the people down at the beach, what games do you play with them?
Oh, I play a lot of games. I play Maze. Me and Tony play hide and seek. Um, I play What You See Is Not What You See. What else? I do play the handshake game. I don't play that game anymore. That one seems like it hurts people, and I don't want to do
That's
Okay.
legit.
So, how about I propose a new game? Something brand new.
that.
Huh?
I like new games, and as she's saying that, you hear something large coming through the brush.
So the new game is the four of us here. We haven't been here before, but we kind of think we're cool and good in the wild. So how about we play Hansel and Gretel?
I
I'm
don't
going
know
to
that.
give you. They reach in their pocket and pull out like so the bread they got at camp and give it to her.
Hmm.
So to play the game, you're in charge of going through the jungle and using only this bread in whatever way you want to lay a trail to a point on a map we have. And if you can get us there in one piece without us getting off the trail or getting lost, you win.
Or hurt.
Give
Or
me a persuasion and either presence or manipulation.
I will go presents because I need to pump this up. Because I think I kind of know who Tony is, and I'm just really not here for it.
If
Oh,
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 successes.
jeez.
Whoa.
um, so she looks at the branch, she looks at you, and there is this just like not quite love, but she's just exceedingly happy that she is like in her mind part of your like group. And she's like, I have new friends. This is great. Just as the school bus sized tiger comes barreling through the trees. And Lillian turns to Tony and is like, Tony,
Tony
we
the
have a new
Tiger.
game.
River is absolutely going to try to pet Tony.
Oh
You
boy.
see, after like Lillian like communicated that you all are people, and like close people to her, Tony is very much a cat, like nuzzling up and like kind of like pushing you over and like rubbing up on you.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
And Lillian's like, no, Tony, we don't have time for that. We have to play a
absolutely.
game. And she starts breaking off the bread and putting it on the ground.
I will pull out the map and I will show Lilin the
Hmm.
map and
And
be
she
like,
like watches it.
have you ever seen these three big structures? They might be like really big buildings, or they might look like hills that you could go into.
She's like, oh, yeah, no, only one of these is real. These other two are fake.
Ooh, that's such a good trick. I love that trick. Which one of these is real?
She points to the one on the right.
Oh my gosh, Lilin, you know what? I think this would be so much fun if you could show us and maybe have you ever been in the real one?
Oh yeah, that's where I live.
You live there? Oh my gosh, so you would be, do you want to show us your home?
With the game. That's the
With the
point that you got
gang.
to get us to.
With the game,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Once you say game, no thought happens. She's like, oh yeah, I can do that, and starts making her way.
Fantastic. All right.
And as she is showing you, it seems like she's taking you in the opposite direction. Yet somehow within 10 minutes, you are in front of the pyramid.
You know what,
I did it, right? Did I win?
Yeah.
Lillian? You did so great. You won,
And
and
You did amazing.
she runs over and hugs Tony's like front right paw because that's all she can really reach.
oh, it'd be cute if it wasn't so much murder.
Yeah, there's that.
I mean, it's still cute, even with the murder.
Even with the murder,
It
it's still
is. It
cute.
is.
The toe
Mhm.
beans. You got to go for the toe beans on the murder mittens. Like,
Adorable murder is still adorable.
yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. So, Lillian, I know that you've been here for a very long time. Is there anything in your home that you like to keep secret?
Oh yeah, they're the five cups. Um, no.
It's okay. It's okay if you don't want to tell us. What we want to do is we are looking for something like that. But we don't necessarily want to take it unless it's going to be a danger for you.
Oh no, I'll be fine.
Okay,
five.
good.
Did you
So,
say five?
mhm.
Yes, there are. I have five cups in my house that I am supposed to keep secret.
And you've done like an amazing job of that, let me tell you.
Any chance you got a
Has
sixth one that doesn't have to be a secret?
has anyone ever found these cups yet?
Yes,
And what happened to them?
my friend came. Actually, no, because mom says that friends aren't mean to you, and she's very mean.
Oh, so someone comes. Who is that somebody? Do you
I
know?
don't know. She's never told me her name, but she's very mean.
Do you know what she looks like?
Yeah, she's tall and has
Mm-hmm.
these beautiful black wings. They're so pretty.
They pull out the feather from before. Do they look
Yep.
like this?
It's like, where'd you get that?
Oh, I think she was visiting, and some of them fell off when she was at the beach. I've never seen these before. She must. Wow. Do you know where she usually stays before she visits?
When you say that, Lilin gets very quiet, like she's trying to hold in a secret.
Hmm.
You know what?
You know,
I understand the need for secrets. I
Hmm?
do. What we want to make sure that not only are you safe, and obviously you have been for a very long time, but also we are safe and the people on the island are safe, which I know that's something that you want as well. Okay?
So,
So,
mhm.
so is there anything that you can tell us that we promise we would never tell other people?
I can tell you where she is, but you have to promise to come back.
We're
Oh,
just yeah. Just gonna go say hi. We're gonna have a
absolutely.
conversation like we were behind the Denny's dumpster, and we'll come back.
But like when you leave this island, you have to come back. Mom says friends come hang out, they come back. So you have to come back so we can be
Oh,
friends.
that
Well, of
way.
course.
You know what? I absolutely love that idea actually, because especially if the island travels, then we can always have a traveling party too.
Yeah.
So no matter like when you move, we can still travel to you. That would be awesome.
She gets super excited and like runs up the stairs to show you where this mysterious woman with black feathers lives.
This
Fantastic.
isn't going to bite us in the ass at all.
Nope, not at all.
Not
Uh,
one
uh,
bit.
with my beast thingy, can I talk to Tony?
Yes,
Is this island safe for all creatures?
Tony
Because
looks to you and says, "This island is a prison for one creature."
very seriously, does it need to be released?
It should never be released.
Nothing deserves to be imprisoned.
Well,
Let
Tony
it to,
says, "Hmm."
can it be laid to rest? Because living your life in chains is not a life at all.
If you are strong enough to defeat it, go ahead. But if you fail, that is the start of the end of the world.
Fine.
Yep.
Dude, it's my fucking title.
Yep.
I will ask the rest of the group and I will tell them what I heard. And this island is a prison for someone and they need to be released one way or another. And
Okay.
then this place is a safe haven for everyone.
So what I'm not understanding here is the island's a prison. Island also just so happens to potentially hold the cup.
Five cups.
5 cups. I would just go ahead and assume this is kind of like that one Indiana Jones situation where if we don't choose the right one, bad things will happen. We all in agreement on that? I'm not going crazy. Well, crazy here.
Like, let's not drink from the cup, just let's take all of them and let the people at home drink from them because they wanted it.
Okay, but like maybe it's just me, but I do not want to bring anything here back to the mainland. Because then do we really trust other people to not do horrible things for it or with it?
Let's have a look. Do we trust other people?
Um, so how about we deal with whatever it is that is bossing around the 7,000-year-old child with wings and a tail and has a pet giant tiger?
How is there even enough prey items on this island to sustain a tiger of that biomass?
The
Actually, you know what?
The tiger is not a
That
pet.
that focus on the goal, the prize. Eyes on the goal here. There's this thing that this island is apparently a prison for something. It's Tony hasn't actually explained what it is, but also Lennon said if someone takes the cups, this winged creature comes and is mean. Now, for a 7,000-year-old child to talk about a creature being mean, it is certainly beyond possibly what we might consider mean. So,
Eh,
yeah,
what's the worst that could happen? Let's one thing at a time. You're right. Let's go
let's
worry about
go.
this first.
And River's going to lead the way into the following Willen.
All right. So you get to Lilith's like room within this pyramid, and it's quite small, just like a bed and some toys and yada yada yada. And at the end of the room is a table with 5 items. One wine glass, one coffee mug, one red solo cup, one shot glass, and in the center of all of that is a box with gold trim. And Lilith points and says, that box has the creature.
Oh, it's
Okay.
literally Pandora's box.
The box has the creature, and if one of the cups gets taken, the creature.
If you open, there's a cup in that box, but if you open the box, she comes out.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you're here to protect the cups to keep the creature from coming out.
Yes.
Yes.
So anyone looking at McKenna can see that they are highly focused on the box.
Okay. You buy me right now. Get him.
As you all are talking, you hear voices of 2 humans walking up the pyramid. Apparently, with Lilin actually happy for once and not protecting, people can make it to the pyramid. And they show up and say, well, looky here, we finally made it. And it took us a couple months. Wait,
Months. Slackers. This took us like 25 minutes.
it'll take us about 25 minutes to like get rid of you and take our prize.
Oh.
Oh,
I sack my goons at them.
You what?
The moment that they say take us out,
Mm-hmm.
I send my goon squad with me. Not lethally, but they will lose some teeth.
True. That will definitely, both parties will get 2 bruise conditions. However, you see as those parties ignite the goon squad. Now, because you protect them, they won't die, but they take severe damage as they are set ablaze by these 2 scions.
Oh.
all right. I'm going to declare the temple my charge. My presence grants enhancement 1 to anyone working on tasks of protection or the well-being of the temple and its inhabitants.
Which means all of you are granted +1 enhancement for any action deemed worthy of protecting this, including ridding the temple of these interlopers.
Kicking one of them right in the chest, right out the door.
Roll me a strength, a might athletics or might close combat with +2 enhancement, as it seems like Lilin is aiding you in some way.
Also, my goons have savage, heavy, and defensive.
Yeah, and so the I forgot what Savage Heavy do, but that allows them to do some heavy damage towards them, and they won't die because of the defensive and that you are protecting them. But they wouldn't be able to take out 2 Scions by themselves.
So, the thing is, I will throw myself in front of them. They're here to protect Cameron.
Gotcha.
Like, they are just humans, and they try to do good.
Right.
So it's 5 hits.
5 hits. Ooh. Let's see what you can do. Zero successes. Uh, or zero hits. So you are able to inflict the harm and bite off that push stun,
Yeah.
as well as
So yeah, we're gonna go with uh afflict the harm. We're going to do the push.
mhm.
Uh, um, not just push, but knock prone.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
so
so it's both. So they get knocked back and fall down.
they're doing that down the steps.
Out the temple, down the
Yep.
steps. And I will let the temple take care of the was there enough left for a stun?
I think with both of those, you would still have what, two left? So,
Well, I think I've just it's no, yeah. So yeah. Stun them.
all right. So that one is effectively out of combat as they have fallen down a good 100 steps, stunned at the bottom with toning. Does anyone else have anything they would like to do to the remaining Scion?
Um,
Yes.
oh, yeah, go ahead.
Well, actually, now you go first.
Well, I was going to ask if between the boat scene and now am I able to get my legend back that I had to imbue?
When
Yes.
you imbue a legend, it comes back after you stop upholding the effect.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I'm going to actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna hold off because mine might come in handy later. So Cameron, you go first.
I would like to invoke a birthright.
Ooh.
I would like to invoke the Pair Didani Survival Axe.
Yep, yep.
And I'm with a surprisingly loud and brutal war cry. Try and chuck this thing to hit this Scion center mass, because fuck this. I'm done playing nice. You will listen to me and you will get the fuck out of my way, or I will step on your bones.
Give
Proud of
me
you.
dexterity firearms. Yeah, kind of a range thing.
Could I argue might in firearms?
Yeah, I can see that.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, hold up. I'm fighting an orange child of my own. Sadly, that is only one success.
Plus the enhancement that you get from what
Yep.
I did.
And you also get +2 enhancement as Lilin is actively supporting you all, protecting.
So that's 4 successes. Then with
Um,
3 enhancements, right?
yeah, and I'm pretty sure that weapon comes with brutal, so you can choose to
Brutal
get
and
the
lethal.
yeah. So if you want to, you can end this Scion right now.
They just pull the axe out. I'm so fucking over this. Kill them.
And with that, these two Scions who only came to do harm are now done. Lillian thanks you as she is very upset she let evil people come to this place. And without you, she would not have been able to protect this box and or the world, however you feel about these types of things.
You know, Lillian, don't feel bad. We all slip sometimes. But maybe we shouldn't do anything with this box because we haven't even touched it yet and it's already getting assaulted.
Yeah, the box should be left closed. You shouldn't open the box. And as you hit, she says that you hear like pounding coming from the box as if it's angry.
Uh,
Stay angry.
Chess. Slot
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah, I'm gonna use tugging of the heartstrings again on the box to lower its attitude.
And the pounding just kind of like slowly dies. McKenna, you want to do a thing?
I've composure one, and I'm very against shit being
Mm.
locked up. Uh, should I roll if I open it or not?
You absolutely should. Like your whole thing is that false imprisonment is not good. Or not even false imprisonment, just imprisonment. Uh, that is a very different kind of evil. So give me a composure and empathy roll because you're like weighing
Uh,
your stress, the stress of this creature in there, Lillian's stress, the stress of your bandmates.
yeah, empathy incarcerated.
Yeah, that feels about right.
Um,
Oh, fine. I'll sit
Come
up
on.
straight.
uh, uh, do one stake things away?
No.
Nope.
Oh, oh, still vampire. Yeah. Uh, I have two successes.
Two successes.
But
Here's
things
what happens.
oh,
You
I love the
slowly stop
surprise.
walking and then you catch yourself. While you don't like incarceration, you do like your bandmates and you do not want to go against them. However, your goon squad also sees what's happening and they know you well enough that they get closer and closer and closer to the box. And
Nope. Nope. McKenna, I don't care what you gotta do. You get them away from it now.
and on accident, knock the box over.
I'm gonna make an athletics and dexterity roll to dive on the dive, jump and kind of grab the
Yep.
box.
Yeah, I like it.
That is 4 hits, and I'm gonna guess the enhancement for protecting
Still counts.
the temple comes in, so
Yep.
that makes it 5 hits.
5 hits. All right. You are able to dive, and the box did open like 2 centimeters, but you were able to close it before it fully opens.
Curl up into a ball around it, and again I'm going to activate Lay Across the Land. So now the box is surrounded by a river boulder.
Just in a boulder.
Yeah.
And Lillian says, don't worry. I've been tempted too. We all make mistakes.
See, that's why I like you, Lilin. You understand that sometimes things happen, right?
Yeah. But we kept things safe. But you promised you would come back,
Oh
right?
God, yes. Like honest and truly, yes, I will be coming back because I feel like you and I are going to have some awesome conversations.
And with that, a big smile comes across her face, and the front door almost turns into a teleportation thing to the entrance of the camp.
So, Lillian, for us to visit, though, we need the people in that camp to be okay. Which means if you want to play games with them, you gotta play nice and play carefully because they're not. I'll let you in a little secret. They're not like some of them aren't as strong or smart like us, so they may have a harder time with some of your games. So you might need to take it easy on them, okay? And as long as they're here and they're safe and they're good, we should be able to have people here that can tell us when it's time to come back.
And she thinks, she's like, okay, I can do that. I can play nicer games.
And you know what? Because you've been so nice and so helpful, here. And they'll hand them like lipstick whenever you feel bored or want to mark or, be a little mischievous. You could use this as a tool.
Like, thank you. Mom never lets me get this.
Shh, our little secret.
And she like kind of hides it and snickers. And I feel like this is kind of a good place to kind of wrap up today, as the box that may or may not be known as Pandora's box is still closed, safe and sound within a river boulder, and will be put back where it came from. You all have easy access back to the adventure outpost and get the feeling that since Lilith, Tony, and that giant creature within the water know you, you have easy passage. Um, while you did not find the Holy Grail, you did do your job as Scions. Even in this time of peace, you are keeping everyone safe. Thank you all for playing. I do love me this game, especially when I get to play with people like you. So let's have one kind of round of outros, who you are, as well as what your character is thinking right now. And let's start with Ren.
I am coming right back, and I'm gonna open its box. And before I leave, I am gonna give the girl a gift because
A gift?
yeah, uh, I'm gonna give her my pocket Merlin because
Ah,
she's often very lonely. So little wizard in a box.
she is so ecstatic that she like drops it on her bed and like runs out into the forest and comes back with this very strange luminescent flower and says, "Plant this in your room and good things will
In my mind, I'm very sorry. I'm gonna kill your mom.
happen." These things happen sometimes.
Mom was
Uh,
Yeah.
It happens. But uh, first, I'm gonna make sure that everybody's safe and sound gone. My name is Ren. I have played McKenna, and once again, Chaz was an amazing DM, an amazing
thank,
storyteller, and all the rest of the group. It was a blessing to be here. Thank you.
thank you. Minty, how about you?
Uh, Cameron's final thoughts as they're preparing to leave the island is how much other shit is really out there that people are going to start hunting for now with these islands. And there's no wars or anything going on, but two Scions almost did just get glory hungry and release God knows what. So maybe their band needs to worry more about their fellow Scions than any other war. But what do they know? They just got about 76 notifications and at least 32 posts to get a backlog kept later. That's a problem for a different day after some alcohol. Hi everyone, I'm Minty Bo. I've had the pleasure of playing Cameron for y'all today. Also, I do want to thank Chaz for being an amazing storyteller. I don't play Scion often, and they've been very patient and also very, very enthusiastic about this. And I've loved every moment. So give them a round of applause. Do it. I'll subtweet you. You don't want me to do that. Anyway, you can find me on Twitch, Minty_Bo. You can find me on my tag on Twitter. It's listed probably below there. I'm probably pointing at the right thing. I'm going to assume I am. Fair warning, 18 plus only for my Twitter. I'm deranged. We're just going to go with that. And I've had a blast. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
Well, thank you, Minty. Zach, how about you?
Hello, I am Zachary Nowder, he, him. I can be found on the interwebs at places at Zach Rules, as it's spelled somewhere below me, right around here. If you go to a social media place and type in Zach Rules and you get Zach Ruiz, don't be mad at him. He got there first. That's okay. Try Zach Rules Dice. If that still doesn't work, then I'm just not on that platform. I am a community content writer and freelance TTRPG writer. Since we're talking about Scion, you can see my name in upcoming Scion books like Scion God, Scion Titans Rising, Scion God Jumpstart, Gifts of the Titans. Might be more than I'm forgetting at this moment. But you will be able to, if you want to see me again, I will be playing yes, it's called Exalted, I think. Yes, Exalted tomorrow. And I will also be on the Scion panel tomorrow evening.
Thank you so much. I just did the Scion Titans, and ooh, do I love. I mean, I love all of Scion, but once in future, like Scion Titans, like I have been really loving the content that'll be coming out. So thank you very much for that. And Crystal, how are you doing?
So Rowan would actually, before going through that portal, would probably talk a little bit more with Lillian, and tell her a little bit about the kids in my neighborhood. Um, and tell her that, I work with kids all the time. I feel like you would be an awesome friend to them from a distance because I know you can't leave the island. I want to share some of your stories with them, and then I can share some of their stories with you. How does that sound when I come back?
She thinks that's the greatest idea. She's super excited. And as you're talking, she starts writing a letter as like a pen pal. It's in
Perfect.
Greek,
That's fine. I can work with that.
but like, yeah.
And then I'm going to give her um my leather jacket and tell her that, my kids, um they all have leather jackets too. So I want you to have this to know that you are always a part of the group.
This is the best day for Lily. Like she is having, she's with so many friends.
And then for me, you can find me on all social medias at Body and Soul 152 or the Geeky Panda. My website is thegeekypanda.com. I'm also a freelance writer and game developer. And so you can find all of my games, several Onyx Path ones as well, on story on Drive Through RPG just by searching my name. I am also the co-host for Darker Days Radio, where we talk about all things horror. And so you can find our stuff on there. We are doing deep dives currently on horror games. And then thank you, Chaz, so much for this. This was awesome. I love playing Scion.
Thank you for playing. Like, thank you all for playing. I always like think that these games are going to be fun, and then I play with excited people like you, and it is way better than anything I could have done. I had such a great time playing with all of you. I really hope we can get a chance to do it again because this was probably the highlight of my day, definitely the highlight of like my month. Thank you all so much. And thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great night and have some fun tomorrow watching as we continue doing Honest Paths games, having Honest Path channels, and talking about all the fun that can be had with these games. Thanks again and have a great night.
Smile for the camera.
Bye.